Watch this video, people. How is the sun rising under the clouds? This is about a minute long. It gets a closer view. The sun is under the horizon of the earth. It is underneath the clouds. There is no doubt about it. How does the sun come up from under the clouds? And the sky's already bright. So is that even the sun? What's going on? What is going on with our world? It looks like the sun's rising, but it's rising from under the clouds, under the horizon of the earth. It's coming up from the earth. What the heck is going on? How is this even possible? Look, I believe the earth's round, it's not flat. But all the flat earth people, they just got to show this video. And they got proof. They got proof that we live in a firmament. Like I said, I believe the earth's a globe floating in space. But when I see videos like this, I start to question myself. Because how come the sun is rising from the earth under the clouds, Booskies? How? Shabadoo!
This is a pine tree with 5G on it. You can tell it's a pine tree with 5G on it because of the way that it is. It's a pine tree and it has 5G on it. You might ask yourself, how do I know that it has 5G? Well, I'm wearing this anti-5G hat and I can feel it tingling off of my scalp. It's pretty neat.
And this is admitted by the telecommunications industry. 5G at 60 gigahertz, which is where they want to take it, and I say already bloody have on the quiet, stops the human body and blood absorbing oxygen. If someone is hit by 60 gigahertz frequencies of 5G, they will not be able to absorb enough oxygen. They will just collapse in the street. And those symptoms, that outcome, is so exactly what this doctor in New York is describing he is seeing, but says, I don't know what's going on, never seen anything like it. And you know, let me just bring this around. They're doing, while the schools are closed, what they're doing while people are locked away, is they're putting 5G into schools. You know where else they're putting 5G? Into frickin' hospitals. They're putting 5G everywhere. And so once this is set up, they have the ability to manipulate people psychologically and physically. And Elon Musk, who's this Silicon Valley celebrity, oh look, it's Elon Musk, is, like all of these people involved in this, a super psychopath. He should be in jail for the rest of his human life, and I hope they would put him in the same cell as Bill Gates, because they deserve each other. He is putting up more and more satellites, beaming this desperately destructive 5G at the Earth.
What's up, TikTok? So I'm at work, right? And you guys know I got those sky videos, so check this out. You see the blue sky, right? And then you see that ring right there? Now watch, I'm going towards the sun, and there is nothing but a giant ass ring over that sun right now. So big that it looks like there is something behind the sun. What are they trying to blot out? They're chemtrailing over the sky too. There's nothing but a ring around there, man. You guys have to wonder, what are they trying to hide? It's not ice crystals. I guarantee you can see this across the United States.
Okay, you can clearly see in this video, even though it's from 2008 and it's a bit old, disregard that. Just look at the amount of these chemtrails that are being left behind in the sky. And as the video progresses, obviously it just pollutes the sky more and more. You can see after the first few strokes it's left in the sky, it's making these clouds, right? By the time it's made about 40 of these, we have this giant cloud on top of our heads, full of toxic chemicals, poisons. Imagine it rains, we'll get acid rain. This is just horrendous. And I can't believe they've been doing this to us ever since. Probably even longer. Decades worth of poisoning. No wonder the life expectancy is shortening now. No wonder people are getting all these messed up diseases that we didn't even know existed years ago. Depopulation is real. The want to try to take over the world for some of these elites is a scary truth that many of us need to learn to start accepting and raising awareness and do something about this. Otherwise we will all end up dead.
Spraying that chemtrail? Nope. Good thing we're above it. I know. Oh, we'd be dead right now.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
The contrails, not the chemical, the contrails occur because of cold air, minus 30. It takes a high altitude, around 30,000 feet plus. There's carbon dioxide and water vapor in that exhaust. That turns to ice crystals, and that's what you see, the white stream behind it. Those white crystals of ice warm up, dissolve, and the smoke goes away. And it never lasts more than a minute. What we're seeing now, and I first could not believe it, and I started looking at the skies, and these are not normal. They're not natural. There's something going on. I don't know who it is or why they're doing it. All I can testify is it's not natural and it's not normal. It's got to be some outside influence doing that. Thank you.
I'm here to give you testimony that chemtrails, they're not contrails, are indeed real. They're spraying almost every day. I watch the clouds and watch the spraying program going on. I want to tell you that we're in very great danger from the pollution that's coming down over us. And we've been led astray by the military-industrial complex. And they're responsible for the cloud's creation and weather manipulation programs. They're dark operations. That's why they're not out in the media.
I look around and I see people are starting to look up and see this. Many times I've spoken about chemtrails, and I get this blank look on my face. What are you talking about? I'm saying, look up. As a pilot, before I fly, I look up. And so, boy, they're really out there working.
When you look up at the sun and you see a white haze, that is aluminum floating in the air right now. And it's
Hey, beware 5G Wi-Fi, and here is why. The human subconsciousness actually operates in an alpha frequency. That's 7.5 to 14 hertz. Hertz. H-Z. Remember that. While 5G, on the other hand, operates from 6 gigahertz to 100 gigahertz. That's how much electromagnetic interference is going into our brains every time we use these things. So, basically, 5G is just here to confuse us. You might just start hearing voices out of nowhere, and don't believe for a second that it's coming from you. Please believe that it's outside. It's outside of you. It's from all this Wi-Fi stuff, all this goddamn 100 gigahertz stuff infiltrating our damn subconsciousness. You gotta think.
Let's take a look at the benefits of having Shungite by your Wi-Fi router in your home.
So I keep my Wi-Fi set up in this basket below my TV, and I'm going to show you the measurements before and after the Shungite Cube. So this is a frequency that oscillates, okay? And we're obviously measuring. Now let's see what happens. Significantly goes down.
The first real demonstration that man was able to alter the course of the weather came a little over 20 years ago. In 1946, two scientists in the United States discovered that by dropping pieces of dry ice from an aircraft into a cloud, they produced a snowstorm. The idea was immediately taken up in Australia by the CSIRO Division of Radiophysics, and experiments were soon underway to find out whether extra rain could be stimulated by this method. The trials took place on days when there were a number of separate but similar clouds in the same general area. A check was first made by radar to see whether any of the clouds already contained raindrops. If there were no raindrops present, then a hundredweight or two of dry ice was tipped into the top of one of them. These experiments were successful. When conditions were suitable, most of the clouds which had been treated with dry ice rained soon afterwards, while the other clouds around did not. But it was soon realized that this would not be an economical method of making rain over a large area. It would mean that many tons of dry ice would have to be taken to high altitudes above the cloud tops.
Hold on, wait. What is this? What is this? Okay, so I saw a plane, right? Spraying the sky. And it looked like it was those towers that I photographed. In that video, I got, you know, notice this chemtrail, right? So I zoomed in further to take the photos. They look weird. But then the video happened, and that's when it got crazy. Watch. Y'all ever see a black chemtrail before? Is that plane going down? I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna show y'all the pictures I took of it. What is happening? There's another one with black chemtrail. Look at that. Look. Are they gonna cross? So I don't know how long this video is gonna be up, so make sure you download it and share the crap out of it, because I wanna know, has anybody else seen this? If you have, let me know. And the world is depraved, but Jesus saves. Okay, love you, bye.
A lot of people are asking me, what happens when Wi-Fi is on and what does it do to our blood? Here's a great example of what the Russians studied in the 1970s, showing that when people are exposed to Wi-Fi, their blood begins to clot and they start to clump together. Why is that? Because what's happening is there's a reduction of the amount of hemoglobin and tendency towards hypercoagulation. This was all studied in the book The Invisible Rainbow, which I highly recommend every person to check out. And the reason I say that is because this is an excerpt from Dr. Carlo where it says some people are being adversely affected but don't know it because they confuse the common symptoms such as a headache, anxiety, short temper, dizziness, sleep problems, weight gain, low energy with other things in life and don't connect it to the wireless devices and the infrastructure which is placed into their home. Sounds kind of a lot like 2020 and 2021 when people are losing their sense of smell, sense of taste, all caused by the rollout of a new type of technology.
You gotta watch this. Stop. You all own a cell phone. Everyone owns a cell phone. But did you know this? And we're gonna talk after.
Hey everybody, Cohen here with Cohen's Phone Repairs. Today I have an update on 5G. Now everybody says don't get a 5G phone because they're dangerous because of the 5G. Now I have two 5G phones in front of me. Right there is where the 5G chip is supposed to be. And right there is where the 5G chip is supposed to be. I'm sorry to break this to everybody, but every phone, and again, I fix phones every day, so you can take this from a reliable source. There's not a single phone in Canada that supports 5G. There's not a single carrier in Canada that supports 5G. It's a marketing scam. There's no such thing as 5G in this phone. What you're just investing in is 5G for the future. So they're charging $200 extra for 5G when it's not even there. I don't know if this speaks wonders to you, but I think the government's doing other things with the 5G towers. So if this doesn't say something to you, I don't know what will. But again, I fix phones every day, and every 5G phone I fix does not even have a 5G chip in it. And right there is where it's supposed to go.
For informational and educational purposes only, I have no facts to back up these claims. This video is not real. Let me just say this real quick. They've been putting up towers. And if it isn't for the phones that they've been saying that are 5G, you know, we don't even have 5G phones. And I'm glad someone made this video who works on phones every day and understands the technology that they work on. What are the towers for then? Ask that question. I'm not going to give an answer. I'm not going to speculate, because if I do, and I tell you what I think they're for, they're going to take down the video. So I want you and people in the comments to start writing what you think the point of these towers, these Gwyn towers that happen to have a certain patent that I've reported on here that induces or gives suggestions to consciousness through Gwyn towers, through binaural beats, through frequency. I believe it's US patent 56535. I forget. I'll make the video again and tie it into this, but damn, I think something's bigger at play here. Share this video. We're being scanned. We were all on lockdown in 2020 for a reason. And what went up while we were in lockdown? What is happening? October 4th. I don't even think your phones need to be off. I think there's a scare tactic and they want everyone to cut their phones off. I don't know. Peace to the gods.
This is an LED streetlight. Let's see what's inside. Uh-oh. Apparently, this is an LED 5G streetlight. It's pretty neat.
I have my phone here on a tripod, and we're going to test what harmful frequencies this is giving off, and you're going to be shocked. So let's listen to what this phone actually sounds like electromagnetically. If I turn this on, and then bring the pickup over. Now let's see what it does when you turn on an app like Instagram. Your phone doesn't need to be actively in use for this to be giving off these frequencies. Let me just go ahead and turn that off. Not so great, huh? And it's even worse when you're getting an incoming or outgoing phone call, and these frequencies, this energy, is what your body is absorbing every time you use your phone or keep it close. These negative electromagnetic fields were proven decades ago to have detrimental effects to human health, such as cancer, autism, ADD, behavioral issues, you name it. So now I'm going to show you what the Halo Pulsar does to counteract this. The Halo Pulsar effectively acts as a wall between yourself and the phone. The phone still works on the other side of the wall. It doesn't change the functioning of the phone. But if this is between you and the phone, this is what your body entrains to, the 7.8 hertz of the Schumann frequency, and not the harmful frequencies coming off of the phone. So this is what the Schumann frequency, the magnetic pulse, the heartbeat of the Earth, actually looks like. This pulse magnetic pattern is what your body and mind will entrain to, versus your phone or any other negative electromagnetic fields that are around you. So for people that are stuck in an office, a cubicle, or a machine shop all day, this is the best way to make yourself decompress without having to take a walk out in the park or go on a camping trip.
scientists want to use people as antennas to power 6G. I'm trying to tell you. It even says they want to harvest radio frequency energy. Most people don't use most of their energy. Most people only use 10% of their brain. And most people only use 4% of their DNA. And the rest of the 96% is called junk DNA.
Most people think we look like this, but we actually look more like this.
And that's because the human eye can only see 10% of the light spectrum.
This tetrahedron is called the Merkaba, but follow me.
The article says we'll be able to download information wirelessly through visible light communication, but we can already do that with our phones and with our light body called the Merkaba. This is why you can feel bad vibes or good vibes when you're around somebody. But I say all that to say, just protect your energy.
I was asked if I could feel the radio frequencies and or the radiation standing in front of these cell sites. So here I am standing in front of the cell site. I've been here about 10 minutes to make sure that I got a good exposure, and you can definitely feel it coursing through your body. It's pretty neat.
Is 5G that dangerous? Let's see if this actually works. All right, we got the steel wool right here. Unravel it, place it in a circle like this, and then you're gonna grab your phone. Whoa! That's crazy!
Talking to a guy by the name of Gary Brecka, and he said, you know, Luke, I've been studying vibrational frequencies for about 12 years now. On the highest side, you have gratitude and love. Above that, you have this idea of enlightenment. But what does enlightenment even mean? He said, Luke, you know what? I was putting people in a Faraday cage. It's kind of this contraption where no 5G, no Wi-Fi signals, neural impulses can come in. And they place subjects in there. And he said, you know what I found to be that highest form of vibration? 400 times higher vibration than the frequency of love. It was the frequency of authenticity. The highest form of living life is living life authentically, being the truest version of yourself.
Your phone is hurting you a lot more than you think. And no, I'm not talking about the hours a day that you spend on here filling your mind with useless garbage either. I'm talking about radiation. The frequency that your phone gives off is so powerful. See, the earlier generations, the first, second, and third generations, not 4G and 5G, they were a lot less dangerous because they were using radio waves. But now with the fourth, fifth, and the sixth, and the newer generations to come, they're going to be using smaller and smaller, more powerful frequencies known as microwaves. And you're probably listening to this not worried at all. Why would you? Because you don't know the major impact that energies and frequencies actually have on your life. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. It takes a simple Google search. Just look it up. Why are microwaves more powerful than radio waves? And it says it right here, radio waves do not have enough energy to cause ionization in the body. Typically, microwaves are also not ionizing, but they can still have energy high enough to cause damage to our tissue by transferring enough kinetic energy to our atoms or heating us up. So does it sound like a good thing that they want to build these 5G towers on every corner of our neighborhood, everywhere we go? Like, just look at this. Does this look like a world you want to live in? Your phone is constantly looking for that 5G tower to pick up on. And this being around you at all times, this frequency is messing you up. And you don't even know.